armored vehicles. In some cases, we're able to kill soldiers, Israeli soldiers, on the ground. We've seen this within the past week or so happening in the northern part and the eastern part of Gaza, where the Israeli military announced its full control of areas, but within hours we've seen those counterattacks happening from the very areas that the Israeli military announced full control. There is also a call for more troops and more forces to join the current invading forces on the ground, just to help expanding the military operations, but when in fact more troops, more destruction, and more displaced people are going to be caused as a result of what's going on.
Thanks so much, Harry Mahmoud there. The Israeli army says it's found the bodies of 3 of its soldiers and 2 civilians in a Hamas tunnel in northern Gaza. It's believed they were among those captured on October the 7th. The spokesman says the tunnel was discovered underneath the Jabalia refugee camp and that it contained weapons and emergency rooms. Israel says the network of underground passages served as the northern headquarters of Hamas fighters. Israel's Prime Minister has criticised the Economy Minister for saying not enough was being done to protect the lives of soldiers in Gaza. Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged to push ahead with the offensive despite mounting military casualties. The army says at least 157 Israeli soldiers have been killed in the ground invasion of Gaza that began at the end of October. Formula for the truce in the conflict. Let's go over now to Bernard Smith. He's in Tel Aviv. So, Bernard, first of all, what are you hearing about this Egyptian proposal to end the conflict?
Sammy, Israel's already started a proposal to extend the ceasefire by 7 days, release all female soldiers in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. And then the last bit is the 1 month of further negotiations to discuss the release of all military personnel held by Hamas in exchange for Palestinian prisoners and Israel withdrawal to Gaza's borders. So those particularly the ambitious demands for a further extended ceasefire. Israel's war cabinet will discuss it further, and we're expected to hear from them at some stage, of course, what they have to say.
And Bernard, how unified is the Israeli cabinet as it considers these proposals and the path forward?
Well, there are political considerations, of course. This Netanyahu's already said repeatedly he's going to push on until there's victory, but there is pressure on Israel, not just internationally, for a move to a less intense phase of war. That's coming from the Biden administration, but domestically, because there's been a high rate of casualties, Israeli casualties, 17 soldiers killed since Friday, and no hostages, no captives yet released. So Israel's cabinet, there's one cabinet minister saying the government really should be doing more airstrikes and not launching the invasion. All of this back and forth has prompted Israel's president, Itzhak Herzog, to call peace amongst the political leaders. He says the enemy sees the conflicts, the arguments, the struggle between egos, and so on behalf of grieving families and frontline soldiers, I say to elected officials, end the internal struggles, end the divisions, because at the top of Israel's political system